All right, it is, I believe, June 5th. Back to the no-till food plot. I wasn't happy with the way the buckwheat was looking. It was kind of thin and the grass was competing pretty heavy with it. So we got plenty of time. I came through here again. I just used the zero turn, cut it down as low as I could, and you could do it with just a lawnmower, but I'm gonna get the 8 in and my drag and flip it over on the smooth side and just come through here and drag it once real light. But I mean, you could get a piece of chain link fence and put it behind a four-wheeler, lawnmower, anything, and just run over this. It's kind of overcast today. We're supposed to get some rain possibly tomorrow, and there's some chances through the week, so hopefully this will be doing a little bit better by then. It was definitely coming up, but it was staying about the size of the grass. There's some of it. I don't know. There's some still growing. There was some bigger pieces. I don't know. There's some growing over here still. But a decent amount of it was already reaching the flowering stage, and it probably wasn't maybe 10 inches tall. And I'm not fertilizing it, so I was just expecting it to be a little better. So I seeded it a little bit heavier, cut the grass down a little bit lower, and we'll see what happens this time. I got grass coming up here on my switchgrass and big blue stem. It's starting to, some of the grass is starting to grow. I'm guessing hopefully that's what that is. If not, I'll redo that next year and maybe even might spray something on it or use Egyptian wheat. But this was one of them that was growing over in that grass that I picked, and it just wasn't looking too impressive. So we're gonna plant this again. It is a little bit hotter out now. It was kind of cool when I first planted it, and hopefully we'll get some rain and we'll see what it looks like this time around. I'll probably add an Egyptian wheat, maybe walk back to the shop plot and add those to this videos. All right, we'll take a look at the Egyptian wheat. It's coming up. We got competitors, but I'm not really worried about the weeds. Some of it's looking pretty good. I thought about using it as a nurse crop over there where the switchgrass is at, and not really gonna worry about it. I don't want to smother out what switchgrass and big blue stem I got coming up. There's a little doe was hanging out around here last night. We threw seed through here, but we got a lot of the tiger lilies that grow through here, so I think that's mostly what that is. That might be some. It's kind of a heavily shaded area over there. Probably not going to grow too great. This is all kind of experimental this year. I got deer that bed right over in this area. I think they like eating this jewel weed, and I think they feel comfortable by the goats too. But we'll walk back to this other shop plot. That's the cat that isn't really that friendly. Try not to bounce everybody around too much. I have got a couple bucks in velvet on the camera back here. I don't know. I've never had cameras out while they were growing antlers before. Only usually had them up a month or two before deer season. And so I can't tell what kind of racks they're gonna have. I mean, one of them is Forky, my little buck that was running around last year. Looks like we got another small buck with him. Maybe Forky's gonna be a little bigger this year, but he usually beds down in this area over here. I don't know, hopefully I can get the property good enough that attract some more bucks this year back to this area. I did see a nice 8-pointer back here last year, and I have shot a decent 10-pointer right there on that corner, but I think it was just kind of luck what passes through here. Watering hole's still looking all right. Got a lot of clover. I planted clover and that grass. I've probably said it before, just so I don't have bare dirt around this watering hole, because is it EHD? I don't know. Whatever, the flies get into that, and then that causes we got chronic wasting disease and then EHD, but if I'm even saying that right. I try not to keep up with them, but I try to know what kind of meat I'm eating also. But you can see out here the buckwheat is outgrowing the clover right now, and I planted it, I don't know, tried not to get too crazy with it back here, but I kind of just wanted to cover it so I can come through here and knock it down and just plant brassica straight into that. I kept this because I have a couple random ones throughout the property. I got a dwarf one, but if you can see on that, well, let me see if I can get it to focus. You can kind of tell by the flights and the way the stems are there, but that is burning bush. And I know they say, I've got some red twig dogwood and some cuttings that I'm working on, but deer tear up burning bush around here. If you got burning bush growing anywhere, they pretty much eat it down, and they won't kill it, but they eat it pretty heavy. But hopefully this will turn out to be a nice plot out here this year. I'm still working out stand positions. There's some railroad tracks you can almost see through the woods over there that kind of create the border of my property, and then they run further back that way. But I don't know whether it's best to come up this trail to access this and to scare everything out that's bedding on the sides of it, or to maybe walk up the railroad tracks and then sneak in on the backside over here. I guess a lot of it's got to do with wind, but I don't know. Hopefully it'll be a nice year this year, and if not anything else, just see a lot more deer than I saw last year. Thanks for watching.